Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Have you ever had a dream that felt so big and so exciting, you could barely keep it in? Well, that's exactly how our story starts today, with two best friends, Emma and Leo. These two weren't just friends, they were partners in crime. In the kitchen, that is. From a young age, Emma and Leo were fascinated by the sizzle of a pan and the magic of mixing simple ingredients to create something delicious. You could often find them in their parents' kitchens, tiny aprons on, a dusting of flour on their noses, trying to replicate recipes they'd seen on TV. They loved the feeling of creating something with their own hands, a dish that would make their family smile. While they were pretty good amateur chefs, they always dreamed of learning from a real pro. They'd talk for hours about secret techniques, fancy knife skills, and the art of plating. Then one day, a notice went up on the school bulletin board that changed everything. It was a flyer, bright and eye-catching, announcing a special, one-day-only cooking class. And this wasn't just any class. It was going to be taught by the one and only Chef Antoine, a world-famous chef, known for his incredible culinary creations and his warm, encouraging personality. Emma and Leo had posters of him on their bedroom walls. Seeing that flyer, their hearts started beating like a drum solo. This was it. The opportunity they had been waiting for their entire lives. They looked at each other, eyes wide with a mixture of disbelief and pure, unfiltered excitement. Could they really get a spot in Chef Antoine's class? Without a second thought, they raced to the sign-up sheet. Their hands were literally shaking as they wrote down their names. The thought of learning from their idol was almost too much to handle. The days leading up to the class were a blur of anticipation. They watched all of Chef Antoine's videos, reread his cookbook, and even practiced their chopping skills on carrots and potatoes until their hands were sore. They wanted to be prepared, to show the great chef that they were serious about cooking. They imagined what he'd be like in person. Would he be as kind as he seemed on TV? What amazing secrets would he share? Finally, the big day arrived. Dressed in their crispest, cleanest aprons, Emma and Leo walked into the school's home economics room, which had been transformed into a professional-looking kitchen. Gleaming stainless steel counters, brand new sets of pots and pans, and a colorful array of fresh ingredients were laid out beautifully. It smelled heavenly, a mix of fresh herbs, spices, and sweet anticipation. And there he was, at the front of the room, Chef Antoine himself. With a smile that could light up a city, he greeted each student warmly. And when he shook their hands, Emma and Leo felt a jolt of inspiration. This was real. It was happening. Chef Antoine started the class by sharing his own story. How he started as a young boy with a simple love for food, just like them. He told them that the most important ingredient in any dish wasn't some rare spice or expensive cut of meat, but love and passion. Emma and Leo hung on his every word. The recipe for the day was a 3-course meal, a fresh garden salad with a homemade vinaigrette, a creamy mushroom risotto, and for dessert, delicate chocolate lava cakes. It sounded complicated, but Chef Antoine broke it down into simple, easy-to-follow steps. He showed them how to chop an onion without crying, a true kitchen miracle. How to properly toast the risotto rice to bring out its nutty flavor, and the secret to getting that perfectly gooey center in the lava cake. Emma was in charge of the risotto, stirring it patiently and adding the broth bit by bit, just as the chef instructed. Leo, meanwhile, was mastering the chocolate, melting it carefully over a double boiler. They worked together seamlessly, communicating with just a glance, passing ingredients, and encouraging each other. They weren't just following a recipe, they were creating art. The kitchen was filled with a symphony of sounds, the gentle bubbling of sauces, the rhythmic chop of vegetables, and the happy chatter of students. At the end of the class, they plated their creations. The risotto was creamy, the salad was vibrant, and the lava cake was pure perfection. Tasting their own food, made under the guidance of their hero, was a moment of pure triumph. It was the most delicious meal they had ever eaten. Chef Antoine tasted everyone's dishes, offering praise and gentle tips for improvement. When he got to Emma and Leo's station, he took a bite. His eyes closed for a moment, and then he smiled. Magnifique, he exclaimed. You two have a true gift. You cook with your hearts. For Emma and Leo, those words were more valuable than any trophy. The cooking class was more than just a lesson in recipes. It was a lesson in following your passion, in the joy of creating, and the magic of sharing a meal with people you care about. As they cleaned up their station, they knew this was just the beginning of their culinary adventure. They had a long way to go, but with the fire of inspiration lit by Chef Antoine, they felt like they could accomplish anything, one delicious dish at a time. What started as a simple hobby had now become a burning passion, and they couldn't wait to see where it would take them next. Thanks so much for watching our story today. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. We'll see you in the next video.